Alright, so that was probably the longest intro I've ever made on a YouTube video, but we're getting to the really interesting parts right now. So everything went well in the beginning. We made an asymmetrical fold and forge welded it together to get the basic eye shape here of the axe. And the idea now is, well, I'm first going to cut off some excess material because it came out a little bit too long. But what we're going to do next is that we're going to take a chisel and we're going to start cutting it open, starting just in front of the eye and down the middle all the way out, so that we can split it open like this to then later insert some kind of an edge steel. A very interesting technique that I've never tried before. Let's see if we can pull it off. Alright, so I can't really go any further on the body right now. I need to start working on the edge. So for the edge steel, I did have some spare material left from the previous video, so I thought it would be fun to make it out of pattern welded steel as well. If you haven't watched that video, you should definitely go check it out. It turned out pretty cool. Alright, so let's make some pattern welded steel. Alright, so we're almost at the stage where we're going to forge weld the edge steel to the body of the axe, if you can call it that. But before we do that, I want to try and forge weld on the cross to the edge steel, because I think it will be easier to do it now rather than later when the body of the axe is most likely going to be in the way. So let's see if we can forge weld on the cross here, and we'll take it from there. Now some of you might be wondering, why is there a cross on a seemingly Viking style looking axe? Well, that was the first question that popped into my mind as well when I first saw the pictures of this kind of axe. You see, the axe that I am making, I'm basing off of actual historical finds from what we usually refer to as the Viking age or Viking period, in particular the late Viking period. Now obviously it's not an exact replica, it's more the techniques that I'm interested in. But let's see what the Danish museum has to say about it. Research indicates that such axes were robust enough for practical use. However, it is more likely that they were reserved for ceremonial purposes. The owners of these cross axes were not necessarily Christian, but the axes reflect the strong Christian currents that existed in this part of the Viking period. Now, I'm not 100% sure if these are the exact techniques that they use to make it, so don't quote me on any of this. I'm just a guy on YouTube trying to make cool axes, okay? Alright, let's clean this axe up and get it ready for heat treatment. Alright, so I did a little hand sanding. I took it up to a rough and dirty 800 grit on the edge here, and it's now time to etch it in ferric chloride to reveal the pattern. Now do note that this is only 12 layers in the edge, so it won't be spectacular, it won't win any awards for the most beautiful edge ever. It's just that I had some spare pieces and I wanted to use them, so hopefully we'll see something rather than nothing. Alright. Thank you so much for watching the video, I really hope you enjoyed it. So in today's video we made the legendary cross axe, and I'm also giving it away. So make sure to subscribe, leave a comment including the word cross, and I will pick one out at random that will receive this axe. Also, make sure to read the pinned comment. All the information about the giveaway, when it ends and everything will be in the pinned comment. And also be aware that there are scammers on the internet. They have visited my channel many times before. I will never ask you to write to me on Telegram or WhatsApp or anything like that. All the information about how I contact and pick the winner is in the pinned comment, so read it. So, the cross axe. Probably one of the more difficult axes that I've made on this YouTube channel, to be honest. And it was very educational for me, and I hope it was for you as well. Now, there are definitely things that I would have done differently had I done this axe once more. And if you want to hear more about my thought process and all of the aftermath of making this axe, you should consider becoming a YouTube member or a Patreon, because as of speaking, there's a video available for the YouTube members and the Patreons where I discuss all of my thoughts concerning this axe. So a big thank you to all of my YouTube members and Patreons. You guys help me do what I do. And once again, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.